Hello, I'm Martina Palatella and I'm a PhD student in immunology at the Helmholtz-Zentrum for Infection Research in Braunschweig.
My name is Phúc. I am from Vietnam and now I am a PhD student in the Institute of Immunology in Medical University of Vienna, Austria.
My name is João. I'm coming from Portugal, Madeira more specifically, and I'm doing my PhD in Munich, LMU.
My name is Jean-Christophe, but usually people call me JC. I'm originally from Paris and in France, and I'm currently working in Lisbon in Portugal.
I'm Aristides Roubanis. I come from Luxembourg. I work at the Center of Immunology on Infectious Disease, which is part of the INSERM Research Institute of France.
So I'm Astrid Fabry. I am currently doing a PhD with Professor Lucy Walker at University College London. In London, I am originally Belgian, but I've lived in many countries.
So I'm Patrick, and I'm from Poland. I moved to Germany, Wuppertal, 2 years ago to start my PhD studies, and I work at Bayer, which is a pharmaceutical company.
I am Beatriz Calado. I'm Brazilian. I'm currently working at Erasmus Medical Center in Rotterdam.
So I'm Chinna and I am originally from India, and right now I'm doing my PhD in Tartu, which is in Estonia.
My name's Stefan Guillaume. I am researching immunology at the Babraham Institute at Cambridge. I'm Swiss-Australian and moved to the UK.
I am Antonio. I'm Portuguese and currently I'm doing my PhD thesis in Turku, Finland.
I'm Alice Driessen. I'm originally from the Netherlands and I'm currently doing my PhD in Zurich in Switzerland at IBM Research.
I'm Lisa. I come originally from Switzerland and now I'm a PhD student in the UK in Cambridge.
I'm Igor. I live in Denmark now and I work at QIAGEN Aarhus site.
I'm Javier Bote. I'm a PhD student and an early stage researcher in ENLIGHT-TEN.
ENLIGHT-TEN is an EU-funded program where basically the overarching goal and connection are on the one hand T-cell biology, and on the other hand we have bioinformatics. And so we are 15 PhD students and we're all somewhere on the spectrum of doing more wet lab science, so working in the lab with actual experiments, and doing more dry lab science, where we are more on the data analysis side.
So my PhD project is about how do you form resident memory T cells. So basically resident memory T cells, they are those T cells that are kind of very, very angry, so they're very aggressive against different diseases, but the problem is they're blocked inside the tissue. So in some point they're like a bit like in prison. So they're blocked, but they're yelling very, very strong, and if they see something coming, they will be the first one to attack them and to prevent the body to be infected by diseases.
I work on cancer immunotherapy, and for this immunotherapy we use T cells, and T cells are the cells that have the capacity to kill other cells in your body that have something wrong with them. Now, obviously, if you are a patient with cancer, this has gone wrong somewhere because you have developed the cancer, and immunotherapy kind of tries to leverage the immune system again against the cancer.
My project focuses on the epigenetic control in the T cell specializing in the gut. So we can understand how the T cell work in the gut and how it's affected into the autoimmunity disease in the gut.
I am located in the pediatric hospital in the gastroenterology department, and there we study kids with inflammatory bowel disease, or IBD. So the problem is usually half of the kids, they lost response to therapy, and we don't understand why, and of course this is a huge problem. So to make a long story short, in my lab we try to understand why these kids lose response to therapy during their treatment.
So I work with mice, and I use a very specific mice model. These are mice that have enhanced immune phenotype.
What I do in simple terms is sit in front of a computer and try to find patterns in data.
For the past several decades, bioinformatics has been an emerging area of science where you use computer models to analyze large data sets. However, many wet lab people, so people who work in the lab themselves, don't really fully understand bioinformatics, and the bioinformatics people don't really understand the wet lab. And so the ENLIGHT-TEN consortium and the ENLIGHT-TEN program is an attempt to merge these two areas so that we generate a generation of scientists who have a firm understanding of both the wet lab and the bioinformatics side.
Together, that's a very complete set of skills that you need to really push the immunology field forward, and it's also very interesting because we can learn a lot from each other. I think that's very valuable.
In the beginning, I was totally scared to be part of this project. I was moving for a different country to work in a completely new environment, and again, being part of this network, it's amazing, but it's a huge responsibility. So I was terrified.
It's now been exactly 4 months since I have moved to the UK and started my PhD. This time has really gone by very fast. I'm glad to say that I found a new place where I feel at home, and yeah, I've really been working hard on my project. I feel like I'm now at a point where I understand better what I'm supposed to do, what the data is that I have at hand, how to apply methods to it, and so on. All things which I wasn't really sure about before I started.
So today I do more research, data analysis, and reading papers, scientific papers, journals. Very hard work. I don't know what to do. So I read more, and I read, and I read. But tomorrow is a good day. Tomorrow on Wednesday, they do cake day.
So how is going your PhD? Sure.
So I would say it's going slow than what I expected. So I was expecting to do much more and have much more results right now, since I have been here for 8 months, I would say.
You need to have some level of perseverance to just get through all those literature searches and experiments that most of the time they might not work, or the result is unexpected.
Of course, in the beginning you expect that it's going very well, and despite that other people say that, you always has the dream that it will be not what the people said. But of course it's going ups and downs.
Can be a carrot cake or chocolate cake, chocolate banana muffin.
It's of course always difficult when you try things and they don't work, because you hope that they do, and that's also can be very difficult when doing a PhD. It's really like your project, and then you take ownership of it, and you want it to go really well. So when this doesn't, it's I find it very tough.
So well, actually, it have been several ups and downs, like probably more downs than up, and more existential crisis than certainty. I think like every project will be.
Did you have any difficult moments so far, or?
Yeah, I guess that everyone has. No one can escape, actually.
I now look especially forward to meeting the other ESRs, the other 14, when they come to Cambridge next week actually. So yeah, excited to meet the others.
I guess the benefit of this network, and I hope that you will appreciate it latest when you're done, is that we bring together not only people of different disciplines, but from also all different places of Europe, and I guess that's also kind of a privilege to be part of it, right?
The strength of ENLIGHT-TEN is really uniting different brains with different backgrounds, and then also I think being young, there's like the whole world is still completely open, but I like diversity in brain power, and that the more brains you put together, the more fun it's going to be, and I think this is what ENLIGHT-TEN is all about.
It's a great consortium to interact with people you really want to interact with, to try to discover something, try to investigate something, try to find out how T cells are working, to meet nice people, to meet interesting students, intelligent students, to interact with them, to meet people from all over the world. So it's fun.
No researcher may understand the immediate benefit or the prospective benefit of his or her own work in the future, right? And this is always, it's a community that works towards understanding how biology and how the world ticks, right, in a larger sense, right? And hopefully one day that has implications to cure autoimmune diseases, etc.
I think this is such a nice framework for not only for PIs but also for young scientists to really collaborate with each other. We get to know each other and we help each other. For young scientists like you really grew up together, developed together, and this is such a nice opportunity. I wish I had this opportunity when I was a PhD student.